I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon. Much more deep insights on Vedic astrology and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello seekers, welcome to Puneit's Astrology's Hiranyas channel. Now in this video, I want to bring your attention to the movement of Mars. And if you see the movement of Mars and if you see the movement of Saturn, they are moving in an inimical position almost for a quite long time. Now if you observe that Mars is right now debilitated. Mars has gone retrograde, and now when Mars is going retrograde, it will move back from Cancer to the Gemini zodiac sign. Once it moves to the Gemini zodiac sign, it will start impacting the Gemini people, the Sagittarius ascendant and moon sign natives more. It is going to give you kind of an energy where you will redirect your attention towards communication, redirect your attention towards getting things done. It can make you feel a little desperate. It can make you feel a little choked and conflicted. One of the reasons is because Saturn is in Aquarius, and when Mars is in the sign of Cancer, Mars is having 8th aspect on Shani. When Mars goes into Gemini until 30th of March, Mars and Saturn will be in trine. Do you know what happens after 30th of March? Saturn enters Pisces zodiac sign. When Saturn enters Pisces, soon Mars will enter back into Cancer zodiac sign. And then till entire May and first week of June, Mars will adhere to the Karka Rashi. When Mars is in Cancer zodiac sign, Saturn is in Pisces, Saturn becomes 9th planet from Mangal. So when you bring Mars on the Lagna by rotating the chart, because Mars is in Cancer, Saturn is in Pisces, two water bodies, Cancer and Pisces, and the third one, which is Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, completely comes under the Mangal Shani trine. And at this point of time, the recommendation is that you focus more on Bhagwan Hanuman Upasana. You focus more on Bhagwan Shiv Upasana. This is going to test yourself. This is a pariksha. This is the time when Mangal and Shani comes in trinal position while Rahu crosses the path of Saturn, and Rahu and Saturn kind of meet. I'm making a very broad video just to give you a hint about what is going to happen over 2025 before I bring the ascendant wise 2025 video. Now, when Rahu is shifting from Pisces to Aquarius, there is Mercury and Venus coming in clash. All is happening 9th from the debilitated Mars. That means lot might happen in your life. There will be a lot of transformation, especially if you are a water zodiac sign. That means you are a Karka Rashi, Cancer moon sign or ascendant, Scorpio moon sign or ascendant, or Pisces moon sign or ascendant. If you are Aquarius moon sign or ascendant, it is also going to impact you a lot because it will happen in your second house. Also for Leo as an ascendant, it's going to be a very crucial time. Why? Because Rahu's movement will cross Saturn and reach the 7th house, whereas Ketu comes to your first house. Not only that, when Ketu comes to your first house, soon Mars will join Ketu and will create a Mars-Ketu conjunction. So now see, first of all, right now, Mars have 8th aspect on Saturn, enemy position. Then Mars retrogrades to Gemini, forms a trine with Shani. Then Saturn moves to Pisces, Mars comes back to Cancer zodiac sign, forms a trine with Saturn. And then Mars in June, when it moves to the Leo zodiac sign, it combines with Ketu, becomes very ferocious. Obviously, so transit videos will come later next year. But now Mars have 8th aspect on Saturn, once again, because when Mangal goes to the Leo zodiac sign, Mangal becomes very aggressive. It is no longer debilitated. Mars is ferocious. It's fire zodiac sign. Not only it is motivating, but it is also a little violent. You might see that problems might erupt worldwide. Military will become more active with Mars and Ketu in Leo, and it kind of interferes with the Pisces Saturn. That means it is a status shifting that will happen at that time. So mid of 2025 can become a little trouble time frame with respect to the energies of Mars. If you are an Martian person, that means if you have Mars in Lagna, if you have a Mars with Moon or Lagna Lord, if you are running a Mangal Mahadasha, if you are an Aries or Scorpio Moon sign, the overall energy of Mars is kind of trying to make you very active and desperate, kind of motivating, but also it kind of interferes with the discipline of your life and tricks you with the patience mechanism of your mind. Sometimes you will feel that you need to take a back seat, and immediately on the very next day something might happen that takes your comfort away, and now you have to go full throttle. And if you are listening to this video in 2025, even in 2026, and you are experiencing some of this, this is the journey of Mars. When Mars goes to the Leo zodiac sign, it combines with Ketu, have an 8th aspect on Saturn. It starts impacting the Pisces and water zodiac sign. It kind of boils the water. So emotionally it can be turbulent time. It can break you very ferocious. You can be very ambitious. So if you are focusing on a startup company, if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to launch a product, if you want to do something big in life and you really need that breakneck motivation, that fighting spirit, mid of 2025 waits for you. But then what happens? Mars, when it exits Leo, goes to Virgo, comes under direct aspect of Shani. Mars is not leaving Saturn. This kind of takes you to the later half of 2025. Mars is not getting free from the impact of Saturn. Any decision that you take, when Mars is in Leo, you need to answer or justify when Mars goes in Virgo. When Mars goes in Virgo, this comes under impact of Pisces Saturn. You have to make your decisions make work. You have to prove its worth. You have to show its value. Otherwise, Saturn will terminate, and all your efforts that you have done out of sheer enthusiasm will stop, will fail. So why am I making this video now? I'm making this video in 2024 so that such decisions, big decisions, can be planned today. You can plan something in your life that will lead you to that position, so that in August, September, October of 2025, you are searching for answers. So don't put yourself into that position. Especially if you are running a 6th, 8th or 12th Lord Mahadasha or Antardasha. If your moon is afflicted, that means it is with Rahu, Ketu or Saturn. If your Navamsha's 9th Lord is in affliction in your Lagna, I will repeat, if your Navamsha's 9th Lord is in affliction in the Lagna chart, if you are running a 6th, 8th Lord Mahadasha or Antardasha and you have an affliction on the Lagna Lord, then you should be very, very careful in 2025, because it can give you a lot but can take away even more. So use the positive side of this Mangal. When it comes in a handshake with Saturn, it's a beautiful mechanism. You think it like a life-changing gears. So when you shift gear and move your car to 5th gear, the engine force completely applies on the wheel and the car is moving in the fastest possible way. But the moment Mars joins Ketu, you may have to suddenly pull the gear back, otherwise it will crash. Mars and Ketu in Leo is also going to work on your anger. It is also going to create government and political situation. And so if you're a big businessman, you may have to rethink about a geopolitical scenario before making big investments. Construction, real estate sector will go under major reform in 2025. The 6 planet combination, I will make a separate video that happens in 2025 in March, on 30th of March, and then 4 planets, Saturn, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, with Venus and Mercury becoming retrograde and then direct clashes at the border of Aquarius and Pisces. So this means that this can make you re-evaluate your life in ways that you can't even imagine. People who are in the communication sector, digital space, social media, this space is going to transform like never before, especially from the second half of 2025. But why am I making this video with respect to Mars? Because Mars is the energy, and for everything and anything, you will require Martian energy, and this can create a lot of ups and downs in your life. Now, if you are born with Mars in the 6th, 8th or 12th house, you need to work on pacifying the Mangal. Otherwise, this will create a lot of emotional ups and downs throughout 2025. Somebody with exalted Mars will be full of motivation and can perform way better than others. But when Mars comes in Virgo and comes in direct facing to Saturn, this is as if Saturn is trying to choke Mars and catch it through the neck and ask, the decisions you have taken, please justify. It can also create legal cases and issues for many people. If you are born with Mars and Saturn conjunction in your Lagna chart, or if you're running a Mars Mahadasha and Saturn Antardasha or vice versa, then this impacts you even more than anybody else. The house in your Kundali where Mars and Saturn is placed together becomes the most important house, and a house that needs some addressing and the house that needs certain solution. In this case, you should do lots and lots of chanting of Hanuman Chalisa, practice patience, use energy wisely, and when you are over motivated, when you are over enthusiastic, you need to pull yourself back. And when you feel that you are procrastinating and you are lethargic, that means Saturn is winning, then maybe you need to oil up your gears and you need to run fast. This is a balancing act that is a constantly needs to be worked on throughout 2025, and the one who is doing it will become successful and will see a very bright and prosperous 2025. Annual transit video coming soon. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update. And if you want to take my consultations, you can drop me an email. Namaste.